Good morning, students. Again, I welcome you to our video session class for the topic in third unit, recovering lost customers. So that is the word, it is there in your syllabus. So I am happy to talk about again here related to service failures, which will be happening in every time in the industry, in any type of industry, and particularly as we are studying about hospital management. So we'll be talking about service failures and recovery of the customers. Recovery means, please understand, so as you are studying hospital management, so here we will be talking about recovery means not recovery from any diseases or anything. Here we will be talking about purely based on recovery of the old customers to come again to their organization, that is hospital industries. So that is what we will be talking today in this particular session. We will be seeing today two topics. One is recovering lost customers, and one more topic we'll be studying here is about terminating relationship. These two topics we will see in today's class. So we'll start with the slides actually. Though, so service failures normally for any hospital segment. So for any hospital sector, service is the main category where people will be expecting. A service failure is the service performance that falls below customer expectations. So please understand, customer means here we'll be talking about only the patients who are getting service from that particular hospitals. So customers' expectations in such a way that leads to customer dissatisfaction. So it is a failure. Service failure is the gap between expectation and perception. So normally you people will not be studying about these particular gaps and all which is there in service marketing. So here customer will be expecting one thing, and the perception of the customer also will be totally different. That is what the gap we'll be talking about here. So this is actually service failure. Because of that service failure, no, it will be so this actually is iceberg. We'll be talking for normally attitude related, but here we'll be talking about the complaining customers of the service categories. So here 1 to 5% complain to management or company headquarters. Few people company give, that is the top of the iceberg, no? 1 to 5% only complain to the headquarters or management. But 45% complain to a frontline employees, and 50% encounter a problem but do not complain. So here 45% of the customers complain to the persons who are having a relationship with the customers. That is the employee of the customers. So we are calling them as frontline employees. And remaining 50% of people, they have a problem, but they will not be complaining because they don't know the procedures. Simply, if somebody else is asking, they will tell the problem, and they will tell to the other persons, to the other customers or patients, please don't go to that hospital, they will charge more, but service is very poor. This is what, just for an idea, I'm talking about this iceberg phenomena. And this one is actually complaints. What type of complaints normally people will be doing? So mechanical complaint, if there is any problem in the uh, any any televisions or ACs or any services, which is, as we are studying about hospital sector, so the instruments which are being provided by the particular hospitals and service complaints, the service whichever they are enjoying, they may not be getting it properly. Then behavioral of the employees, then time management, because in hospital sector time is very important, so they will not be following the time and the process sometimes for uh, settling the bills or doing some formalities. The process will be very lengthy. They'll be complaining related to that, and whatever the hospital management people are telling, they'll not be fulfilling the promise, and the environment, the service environment provided by the hospitals, and then follow consumers. So they will not be. These are all the type of follow consumer means if somebody else is complaining, they will also will be complaining. Like that only they will be keep on complaint about. These are all the failures, and the customers will be complaining. But actually, type of complaints also it will be there. So customer responses to service failure. What are all the responses they will be giving here is informal dissatisfaction, then to table the complaints formally, then to spread negative words, then third party action. Customer see how people will be losing their business, because of this because of this previous complaints, no, the customer responses will be in this category only. So informal dissatisfaction, the patients or the customers will not be satisfied. Then to table the complaints, they'll be complaining it formally. So many hospitals now they are facing. You people will not be having awareness about this. How many people are filing the complaints and other thing you don't know. But when you enter into the industries, no, you can see many problems there. Many consumers they file the case or they simply complain. They go to any courts like that and all. And normally, 60 to 70% of people they pass only negative words about that particular organization. Then people will be talking about the third party action. The third party action is that so normally word of mouth category like that and all will be having here. Then this one only I was telling. Type of complainers will be there. Passive customers are there. Then voicers, then irrates, then activists. So irrates means people consumer complaint, he will keep on irritate. So whatever if he is not satisfied, no, he'll keep on call and he will be irritating the company or the authorities concerned and he'll be irritating. So we should try to solve the problem immediately. Then passive customers is simply they will pass the complaints and they'll be waiting for the services to be provided by the organization. Voices means people will be raising the voice here and they'll be getting the they'll be asking the consumer they'll be asking the employees to do it immediately. And activists, there are people who do this work voluntarily and they uh, do it for others also. Then service recovery. This is what our topic is. So it will be service recovery refers to the action taken by a firm in response to any service failure. So this one is actually to make you to understand. So this is actually we are talking about service recovery strategies. So here when we are talking about the customer and also the problem, it should be fixed properly. Then only if any customer is complaining, no, so you should respond quickly and provide appropriate communication to him. So after responding, you should tell what is happening in the organization and how much time it will take. And if you are treating customers fairly, and you can have a very good relationship with the customers, and you should guarantee the service offered. And if it is problem oriented, no, when you're fixing the problem, so encourage and track the complaints, whichever it is being complained by the customers. Then learn from the recovery experience and learn from the customers. Make the service fail safe. So handling these are all the things very critical situations where people sometimes lag in these areas only. And you should tell the guarantee the service whatever it is being offered. So if you're following these strategies, no, why you left the organization, you are enjoying our service for a long time, and for the past 2 years, you have not been having any contacts with our organization, like that and all. If you're finding out, no, so you can follow this strategy. What are all the complaints they have faced, and if you are doing these strategies, you can recover them very easily. So these are all the things you should know. So fixing the customers, this is what we are talking about uh, the relationship with the customers. No? When customers take the time to complain, they generally have high expectations when they are complaining. No? Normally, customers will be having high expectations. They expect the company to respond quickly and to be accountable. That is what we were seeing in the previous slide about they should do it immediately if any complaint is being filed. No? So you should respond quickly, and they should also convince him that they will be compensating for their grief and for the problems of being inconvenienced. And they expect to be treated nicely in the process. If there is any problem in that particular complaining process, the customers will be thinking that of they should be treated properly and then they respond quickly. This is what we were talking about in that slide. So respond quickly. So you should complaining customers normally they will be asking for quick response. So ping ponging, blaming should not be done every time. And quick response can be attained by employee empowerment. This is what your delegation. If delegation is being done in the organization, so there will be quick response. And development of technology. Nowadays, because of this technology, the consumers, the customers here fix their own problems, and you can do it with very good communication. In the hospital sector, there will be many people who will be having a very good communication. Means I'm not talking about hi-fi English or anything. The way to respond to the customers. So there are two types of communication we can talk about: assertive communication and assertive means actually here you're talking about assertive. So you can respond. You should know the meaning actually. You can, if any problem, how you are respond, and sometimes people will be showing some actions. So you should know what is the difference between actions and respond. So if you are able to understand it properly, so you will be knowing about appropriate communication, and you should treat the customers fairly because because of this more than the new customers, the old customers will be knowing the value of the company. So they you should treat the customers very fairly when they come back to your organization, and then you should how you can cultivate the relationship with the customers. You should only develop because now even today when I was having a conversation with my friend, he was talking about only the hospital sector, how far it is being, how it has been corporates has been entering into hospital segment. So because of that, they charge heavily. So I told that when you are enjoying the service, so you should pay somewhat high only. If you're not enjoying the service, you no need to pay. So when you provide service properly, you can have the relationship with the customers in a prompt manner. So next time they itself will be uh, telling to other people. Through word of mouth is very strong actually. And then this is what I told. No? Fixing the problem and fixing the customer. So strategies to fix the problem includes encourage and we should track the complaints, then learning from recovery experiences, then learning from lost customers. So why you lost the customer, and you should know about the service fail safe, what where we have lagged to the patients or customers, where we have lagged to provide the service to them, and then you should always encourage them to give complaints and track the complaints, what type of complaint a particular individual customer has been arised. Then so learn from recovery experiences. When you are recovering the lost customers, no, you should know what are the systematic problems, then what is the root cause analysis for the problem. Everything you should identify for the source of the problem. Then you should know when you should learn from the lost customers. So you should discover the reason why customers have left our organization. What is the reason for failures, preventing failures in the future, and you should always have in-depth interview method to collect information from the people who are always coming to the organization. And you should always talk about uh, every time I used to tell hospital sector, no, you should feel them. The service should be very safe. Okay, related. It should be mainly reliability. Do it right the first time. So when you are making it the problem for the first time itself, nobody will be believing you. Customers get what they want and minimizes the costs. Then automatic warnings or controls in places to ensure that mistakes are not made. So these are all technology oriented, where if anything is going to be automated warnings and all, it will be there. Where if anything is being fixed related to product level. And this one is service guarantees. What are all the service guarantees you will be providing to the customers, and you should pledge or assure that the product will be this here the service will be offered by a firm which will be performed as promised. So please understand, I have forgot the put product or service here. So when we talk here, only we'll be talking about service. So it also assures that the product or services or firm will offer certain level of satisfaction. If not, firm will pay for the compensation. You should underline the services is not being done properly. You should also confirm that it will be paying the compensation. Uh, so this is what characteristics of effective guarantee. No, it should be unconditional, meaningful, and everybody should be able to understand. It should be easy to understand and trust. These are all the characteristics that you should provide guarantee. So it should be an unconditional, then it should be also meaningful, then it should be in an easily understandable manner where all segments of people should able to understand what is it you are providing to them. Then you should also create trust. These are all the things you should talk. Then acceptance. Then main thing is in hospital sector, it should be supported by staff motivation and training, and the process that is easy to invoke. The process and cost of recovery must be easy and immediate. So the process should not be in a very lengthy manner. It should be very much simplified process. It should be there. Then this is the benefits. It will be talking about. What are all the benefits of service guarantees provided. It will be focusing on quality and customer satisfaction, and it will be saving the unnecessary costs, and it sets clear standard for employees. It will motivate staffs to do right the first time. So it will always, if you're first time, if you're doing it right in a right manner, every customer will be happy, and it will be generating very good record systems. No, it will be controlling negative word of mouth publicity. So, according to Indian type of environmental conditions, word of mouth is a very big uh, advertisement. So you should try to control that negative word of mouth publicity. Then it helps to generate trust and confidence among customers. So if you're following this, both service, both related to that is what service related satisfaction if you're giving, you can easily uh, recover the lost customers actually. And with this, I conclude this topic. And next topic in today's video session class is termination of termination. I think it is the topic will be there is terminating relationship. This thing also it is there. So I thank you I thank you people for listening patiently to my video. Thank you students, and I'll be posting one more video in this session itself. Please watch that video also. Thank you.